So many mosquitoes. Okay, good morning. It's the halfway point between my last frost and my first frost, and I'm going to talk to you about being a new homesteader, a new gardener, and all the opinions I have thus far halfway through my first garden season. I'm excited. I'm really happy, a little disappointed, but we'll get there. I'm Suze. Welcome back to my witchy homestead. And as I said, it's a halfway point. So we're going to talk about feelings about the garden, the homesteading, all the things. So let's start with homesteading. It's harder than I thought. Like I knew it wasn't going to be easy. But we are a neurodivergent household. All 5 of us have something that makes us neurodivergent, or multiple somethings that make us neurodivergent. And for some reason that makes it hard. I mean, it does make it hard. But for some reason in one of my daughter's brains, as you can hear, they're just eating breakfast. They're literally right there. So my one daughter doesn't want to try the things. I pulled my first cucumber out of the garden. It was a pickling one, so it was only like this big. Didn't want to try it. Doesn't want to try the herbal teas that I've been making with my herbs. Is kind of afraid of the bread and the stuff that I'm home making. Which hurts me, because I've put my time and my love and my energy into this product, that is, you know, significantly better than the store, but she's afraid to try it. And that kind of hurts me, considering the direction I am trying to go in with my life, our lives. So that's hard. And time consuming, man. Time management skills when you're a homesteader have to be like on point, and they're not for me. Because, you know, you have to work the dough, then let it rise, and then while it's rising, do something else. But I can't do that. I sit and wait, because God forbid I miss that alarm. So, you know, neurodivergence messing with me a little bit. I am, sorry, my right eye has been bugging me for days. I have been working on that, the time management aspect, because between trying to homestead, trying to garden, trying to be a mom, trying to be a person, there's just not a lot of time in the day. So I have to get better at that, and I have been over the course of the summer, which is really nice. So I'm able to, you know, put the bread in to rise and then go and do stuff, whereas I wasn't able to do that before, which is really cool. Okay, so garden. Do we talk about the garden first? Let's talk about the garden first. So starting seeds, seed buying and my opinion of seeds will be in another video. But seed starting was absolute hell for me. It was such a chore. And I mean, everything is technically a chore, but you don't want things that you want to enjoy to feel like chores. And this did. I really enjoy taking the little packets of seeds out to the garden and going, oh, where can I put this? I really liked that. But the lugging out all the cups and the dirt and the seeds and making sure the moisture level's right, I hated that. I will do it because that way I get the best bang for my buck and the most variety options. Because good luck finding like Sugar Rush peach peppers on a nursery shelf here. Not gonna happen. You can't even find the seeds on a grocery shelf or like in a seed display here. So like buying the seeds and starting the seeds means I'm getting what I want. Side note, I've still never tried a Sugar Rush peach pepper. They're coming. They're coming. So seeds starting, watching them germinate and grow, fantastic. But actually putting the seeds in the dirt sucked because I have to lug everything out, do the thing, and then put everything away. Which I guess is what everybody does. But I have to do it in my kitchen. So I have to lug everything out, do it in the kitchen, put it all back, clean up the kitchen so that I can cook again. I have like a seed starting mini greenhouse in my office. And we'll get to the office. Eventually one day we will be filming in there, but right now we're filming outside because it's summer and it's nice outside. Actually, it's kind of chilly and really smoky today because of the wildfires. We are in southern Ontario and there are a lot of wildfires in Canada right now, and it is just, it's like a dark stormy day today, but it's smoke. So seed germinating, great. Seed starting sucks. Hardening off my seeds once I got there was awful this year because it was so cold. I didn't know what to do. Like, I know how to, giant mosquito. I know how to do the hardening off process, but the weather this year, it was cold. Right up in, like, my strawberry video, my Bareroot Strawberry, digging those up video, that was recorded on May 30th. And I'm in a winter coat and a hat, and it was cold. And then 2 days later was June 1st, and that's where the planting out video came. Like, that's how quickly it changed, but it was cold right until the end of May. Like, we got our last frost May 30th. Like, that is late. So hardening off, to me, was so complicated. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So my plants didn't get hardened off properly, so they're probably stunted slightly, some of them that were started inside. So that will probably affect what I'm going to get out of the garden. And planting the garden I found that very difficult because I was trying to follow the square foot method, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I spent months with my little notebook drawing different versions of my garden of where I wanted to, where I wanted to put things, and my garden now looks nothing like any of those sketches, which I'm really cool with. Sorry about the construction. It is just after 8 o'clock, and they've already been going for an hour. There's construction this way, there's construction that way. It's loud here all the time. You've probably heard it in the back of my videos all the time. So, putting out the seeds. Hi. Yeah, come here. So, planting out my garden I found difficult because I had the stupid wood chips, and I was trying to do the square foot garden method, which I thought meant one plant in a square foot. But I've since come to find out that it's more like a cooperative thing. So like you can have 1 square foot and put one tomato plant in it, but you can plant little things around the base. So I didn't know that. So we're going to be packing my garden full next year, which is going to be great. Okay, so let's talk about the preserving part of this. And I have to really change my mindset, and I have, on how much I'm going to get out of this garden. Like, I was really gung-ho to be able to replace things from the grocery store, but in reality, I'm going to be supplementing, probably for at least another couple years, which is fine. New gardener new homesteader, new gardener, overthinking, overwishing, I guess. Because I wanted to make pasta sauce, tomato sauce, ketchup, barbecue sauce, pizza sauce. I wanted pickled beans, like dilly beans. I wanted frozen beans. I wanted canned beans. I wanted all the pickles in all the shapes. I wanted as much herbs as I can get. What else do I have in there? Oh, the peppers. I wanted I wanted to try all the hot sauce making. So the traditional with the vinegar and the blendy blend. I wanted to try the fermentation. And then I wanted to try, there's another one that Shepherding Peppers Farms has. I'll see if I can link it down below. But they have another way of making hot sauce. And that, like, that one went, oh my god, I need that in my life, because it's 2 products in one. So, but in reality, I wanted to do this, all 3 methods, with every pepper I had other than, like, bell pepper. What is one girl gonna do with that much hot sauce? Because I'm the only one that eats it. So I'm going to either scale back and do smaller batches of each, or maybe do 2 or 1, or I'm not sure yet, but I am being far more realistic with what I need and what I'm able to do with what is in my garden. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6, maybe 5 different types of hot peppers out there. What am I gonna do with all that hot sauce? Like that, I would never need, I mean, I guess I could give some as gifts, and I do plan to give some as gifts. Some things. But what the heck am I gonna do with that much hot sauce? I am still planning on making hot sauce. My kids are excited. We have the heatless jalapenos out there, and they are excited for what we are calling not sauce. Because it's the flavor, but no heat. And in reality, I like flavorful hot sauces. The heat is just a bonus. I want it to taste good before it melts my face off, you know? So the not sauce should be right up, like, oh, it's good, should be good. We will be filming. We'll see what happens. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, next year, 2026 gardens. I've already, like, note-taking, I'm planning, I'm scheming. I was really worried that this was going to become one of those death heap, you know, death pile hobbies. So far so good, because this is like 12 hobbies in one. So just keep going, right? So next year I want to trellis the beds, the final 2 beds that aren't trellised. And I want so much more out of my garden, and I think I'll be able to get it because I'm learning this year. Like next year, we're going to do a ton of snow peas, and then once they're done, we're going to put the cucumbers in, just like kind of like I did this year. I'm not starting them in the inside. That was awful. That did not work. The cucumbers and squash gave me such a hard time, and they were the last things I did. Like, I didn't get a single zucchini to germinate in the house, but as soon as I put seeds in the ground, I got some. some. I have 2 plants out there now, but I had 4 because I put 4 seeds in each hole and 2 in each germinated. So I picked the strongest one, and here we are. So I'm planning. I'm looking at ways to maximize and increase the outputs that this little garden can give me, because this is about as big as I can get. And in fact, I can't use my front bed next year. My experimental garden has taught me that that's not going to happen. I need to find some shade-loving flowers or something for this, because although the plants are growing, some of the plants are growing and are green. Sorry, it's right here. They're not thriving. Like, even the comfrey doesn't seem to be thriving, and apparently it thrives everywhere. So I don't know if I'm going to do a full bed of just comfrey, or I don't know. Shade loving. Squash and pumpkins and a couple of tomato plants are not the vibe. July garden tour is coming. This will be up before that, but that's okay. July garden tour is coming, and you'll see all of it. I don't think I'm going to do watermelons again next year. But I need to maximize the space that I have. So growing vertically, I can get more pots. So maximize the space. Grow vertically. I want to do, instead of bush beans, I want to do pole beans. Because I feel like that takes up less space and I could get more. You know what I mean? And first year gardens, we do what we know, right? You do what you know. The best advice that I got was plant what you eat. And that is huge, because I know all these people are growing, you know, weird vegetables. I don't even know what kohlrabi is, but almost every homesteader seems to be planting it. I have no idea what it is, so I just avoided it. As I'm learning, and I'm like, oh, I want to be able to make that, which means I need to grow this. So like, we're getting there. And part of why, no, that's a different video. So, you know, like, but being a seasoned gardener, seasoned homesteader, you know that you need 10 tomato plants of any description to make enough sauce for your family for the year. I don't know this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm buying varieties that I know. Like, I bought a cherry tomato. I bought Bing cherry and baby Bing cherry tomatoes, because one's a determinate and one's an indeterminate. By the way, I had no idea that there was, like, things. There's been so much learning to do with the garden, like an indeterminate and determinate tomato, and apparently there's like a semi-determinate tomato. I had no idea. No idea. I gardened as a kid with my grandma. Sorry, she did the gardening, I did the weeding, so I was around it. But I don't remember our tomatoes ever going nuts and going tall. I also don't know what happened to all the food that was in that garden. So, I guess we ate it. We didn't preserve any of it. So that's a new skill that I'm learning too. So, it's been learning after learning after learning after learning, which is not a bad thing. I tell my kids all the time, never stop learning. If you stop learning, you're going to stop having fun. Because it's true. So, thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you got something from this. If not, I'm glad you were here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really, really does help small channels. And I am an itty-bitty microscopic channel. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.